My Yamaha R9 completely shut off on me while I was in the middle of traffic lane splitting, and keep in mind there is no shoulder on this highway. And yes, it is not illegal to lane split where I live. I live out in California, and before you comment down below, I already know what you guys are thinking. No, I did not kill switch myself, and I'll show you guys exactly what happened. At first, I thought something major has failed on the bike, but after taking the seat apart with the 10 inches that was given to me on the shoulder, I finally figured out what happened. But before we get to that, let me go and show you guys the entire video. And remember, no, I did not kill switch myself.
Oh,
So yeah, it ended up being my ignition fuse, which is right there. The weird part is that I have never touched that fuse a day in my life. The only electronical thing that I messed around with this bike was installing a headlight kill switch, which I plug it into right here. Right after that, you pretty much put the switch wherever you want, which I had it right here. And keep in mind, that was a completely different circuit. I had it overlooked many times at the time of the install, and everything looked good, so it definitely wasn't that. But anyways, as I was on the shoulder trying to figure out exactly what happened, anytime I would touch the ignition fuse, for example, if I were to tap it like this, I would notice the bike pretty much just shutting off and on like that, which it definitely shouldn't be doing that. And that's when I pretty much figured it is definitely that fuse. Any other fuse, whenever I tap it, nothing happens. But let me make something clear. I do not blame Yamaha for this at all. And honestly, even though I don't know exactly what caused the fuse connection to fail, I will still blame myself 100%, because at the end of the day, it's my bike. I modified it. So it definitely was a lesson learned. And after I found the issue, I actually wrote it over to one of my mechanics, which was probably the sketchiest ride that I have ever done, because the bike could literally shut off any second. But thankfully, I made it there. And after he took a look at it, he pretty much explained to me that the connection for the ignition fuse was failing. I'm still not entirely sure why the connection was failing, but since the connection itself wasn't reliable anymore, he pretty much rerouted the power through another circuit so that the bike would have a solid, consistent connection. Thankfully, that's all behind us now, and the bike's honestly been running better than ever. Since everything's finally sorted out, I figured today would be a good day to install a new rear seat I've been waiting to put on the R9. It's a pretty small mod, but I have a feeling it's gonna clear up the rear a lot. Anyways, this right here is the old seat, and this right here will be the new seat. Honestly, I think it looks way better. It's still gonna match the color of the seat right here, but it's gonna look even better to match with the wings. I mean, bro, just look at how perfect this matches right in. It is gonna look amazing whenever I put it on the rear. Keep in mind, this is how the old one looks. Once again, nothing's really wrong with this one, but this is 1,000 times better. Anyways, I'm not entirely sure how to install it. All I know is it came with these brackets, so I'm gonna pretty much try to figure that out, and I'll catch you guys in a bit. Give me 1 second. All right, y'all, I am back, and it looks like what we have to do is grab number 2, and then all that we're pretty much gonna have to do is get rid of this bracket right here, and that is gonna be a 5mm. So I'm gonna take this off, put the new bracket in, and I'll be right back. All right, y'all, so we got the new bracket in. All that is left is to install the rear seat. Just make sure that that clip right there is gonna go right under this one, and you're pretty much all set. I'm gonna try to do this one-handed. Holy, make sure it doesn't lift up. And now what you're gonna wanna do is lift this up right here. That is where you're gonna put the bolts in. Make sure they go on both sides, and that's pretty much it. All right, y'all, before I show you guys the rear seat, and while we're already in the garage, I wanna take a second to thank the sponsor of today's video, TRIBIT. And this is the StormBox Micro 3. I'm not gonna lie, I am extremely impressed of the quality of this speaker, especially from how tiny this thing is. I mean, the amount of sound that comes out of this thing is absolutely insane. It literally fits in the palm of my hands. And on the rear, we have a magnetic mount that goes all the way around, and of course it comes with a flexible strap. Let me show you guys something real quick.
all right, y'all, we're out on the street with the TRIBIT speaker. As you can see, it's mounted up on my quad lock system. Obviously, this is copyright music, but you guys get the gist. With the strap on the back, you can pretty much place this anywhere on your bike.
You guys, I've literally been using this everywhere I go, mainly because the speakers that I currently have, they're all pretty much stationary from the garage, my room, upstairs, but this one right here, I can bring literally anywhere. And don't even get me started on road trips. Just last week, I went camping, and without this thing, I don't know what I would have been doing. You can always throw it in your backpack. The best part is I don't even have to worry if I get caught in the rain or if I drop it in water, because it's dust and water resistant, and the battery life alone will run up to 24 hours. Now, enough talk, let's play some music. And for obvious reasons, I am not going to be playing copyright music. All right, we are full blast, and it is loud. God damn. All right, so right now it is in the garage, and I hear it pretty clear as day. And don't worry, you guys, the room tour, it is coming soon. Give me a little bit of time to finish up my current different videos, and I promise I'll make one out for you guys. You can also jump into the app and mess with the EQ if you want more bass, or if you just want a different sound profile. If you guys want to check one out for yourself, I've linked it down below in the description, along with my discount code NACHO if you want to save a little bit of money. Huge thanks to TRIBIT for sponsoring today's video and making videos like this possible. Now let's get back into the R9 and see how this new rear seat looks out on the road.
All right, y'all, we got the R9 out on the street, and safe to say, this looks absolutely insane. Not even trying to glaze, this is so much better than my OEM seat. I honestly have no idea why I didn't switch this earlier. Well, I kind of do. It's a little expensive, I'm not gonna lie. I think it came out to like $150 or maybe even more, so it's a little expensive, and that's why I held off on it so long. But if I knew it would have looked this good, especially paired up with the wings, I would have bought this months ago. I'm gonna put up some videos taken from my phone so that you guys can see it up close, just because from the Ace Pro camera I'm using an ultra wide lens, which makes it a little harder to see. But guys, this is so much. It even feels, oh my god, it feels so nice. The paint matches perfectly with everything else. Oh my god, it even got the Yamaha logo matching up right on the rear. Honestly, let me know you guys' thoughts. I've been thinking about blacking these out. I just don't know where to buy blackout badges. If you guys know where to buy blackout badges, let me know in the comments down below and I'll purchase them. I just don't know if there would be one for this one here. This is kind of a smaller badge, but I know there definitely should be some on the market for these. Also, I've been getting a lot of questions on my gloves. I'm gonna make it very clear. The gloves that I used to rock for like 2 years were the Day and Knees Druid 3s. Those are really good gloves, but they are discontinued. You can no longer buy them, and my pair is pretty beat. The Velcro don't even stick anymore because of how much I've used it. But anyways, I since then retired that set, and I went over and purchased a new set of gloves from Saint. I absolutely love these gloves, and just a couple of days ago, I think literally like 2-3 days ago, I just partnered with them so you guys can get money off your order if you plan on purchasing these white gloves. Make sure you guys use discount code NACHO for a big chunk off your order. I personally didn't have any discount code when I purchased this set. I purchased it full price, so use that code to your advantage. But enough of the yap, let's go ahead and start her up. Oh my god, it's been a fat minute since I started up this R9. I do plan on doing a 3 AM ride with one of these bikes, probably the R6, and I think I'm gonna straight pipe it for that ride. Sorry to my neighbors, but let's start her up. Yo, the longer I go without using the R9, the more it struggles to start up. You guys can probably relate to this feeling, but whenever you drive for a long period of time, let's say you took your car out for like a week straight, no bike, the second you hop on that bike and hit the road, it feels so good. Also, I promise the room tour video is gonna come soon. I don't know how soon, but I just want to get all the current videos that I have in line for the R6 and R9 out the way. I just want to get all that off my plate, and then whenever I have a free schedule, or whenever I don't have a super busy week, that's when I make that video for you guys. And I want to get a couple more things for the room. The room isn't completely finished yet, so I promise you guys I'm not ignoring that request. Just give me a little bit of time for that room tour. Now I also want to talk about my R9 completely shutting off on me while in traffic, while lane splitting, and there being absolutely zero shoulder for me to pull over. That is still so crazy to think about. I don't know how the f it happened. All I know is it's not Yamaha's fault. It is 100% my fault. I just don't know how. And I know there's gonna be a lot of people asking why I didn't take it to a dealership. For one, the dealership that I bought it at was quoting me $300 just to look at it. Literally just to take a look at it. I said, fuck, oh hell no. And also the R9 is out of warranty because it's been over a year. Even if it was within a year, they probably wouldn't have taken it in because the amount of mods that are done to this, which at the end of the day, I don't blame them at all. But it's kind of scary to know that if one of your fuses get fucked, or if one of the fuses lose connection, this bike shuts off on you like that. I'm just happy to know that, you know, no one got hurt in that situation. It was still a really bad situation. I was literally in traffic. And another thing I want to clarify, when my bike completely cut power, first thing I wanted to do was obviously pull over to the closest shoulder because I can't just be in the middle of the lane. As soon as I look over, there was one car coming and it looked like it slowed down, so I was about to commit. But when I take another look, he kept going. He did not give a rat's ass about me. I don't know if he wasn't paying attention, so that's why I kind of swerved right out the way, and then the car behind him was actually paying attention, looked at me, and let me pass. So luckily that second car was paying attention. I also don't want you guys to think that the R9 is an unreliable bike. That is not what I'm saying at all. That's why I keep clarifying that it is 100% my fault. Something that I did cause that to happen, and that's pretty much the end of it. I just wish I knew exactly what I did to cause that. But anyways, we're still here. R9 is thriving, feeling better than ever, so we're all good. In a little bit, I'm actually gonna meet up with one of my boys that have an R9, and he still has the OEM seat, which I want to compare side by side to see the difference of how the OEM seat looks right next to the aftermarket seat. There are also a bunch of different options that you can get for your seat. I think there's like 3 different black colors. I think they have matte, race, and gloss, something like that. I don't know what it is. I'll let you guys know which one I bought. So if you have the black Yamaha R9, definitely go with my purchase. It fits the bike the best, so I'll be sure to link whichever one I bought down below. So I'll pick up the video when I'm with my boy. Catch you on a bit. All right, y'all, my boy pulled up with the other R9. We got both of them side by side, and after taking a look at the two, the difference is pretty crazy. I'm gonna put some videos I took on my phone up on the screen so you guys can see it close in detail. My bike on the right has the wings along with the rear seat cowl, and the bike on the left is my boy's R9, and it has the OEM rear seat with no wings. And you guys can see for yourself how much of a difference this makes on your bike. Just keep in mind, if you were to install this rear seat cowl, there is no more locking system. So if you're the type to carry something under your rear seat, you are more than likely gonna have to carry an Allen key with you. For me, it's not really much of a big deal because I don't go in my back seat too much. But if you're one to use it a lot, I probably wouldn't recommend doing this because it's gonna get annoying the amount of times you're gonna have to unscrew it. But let me know you guys' opinion down in the comments below. I think it's a really great mod. The only downside to it is that it's really expensive. Like I said earlier in the video, I think it goes for about 160 bucks, something around there. So if you have that kind of money to spend, I would highly recommend doing it, especially with this logo. I don't know, this is one of my favorite things on here. It makes the rear look so much better. The only thing I want to do is black it out. So if anyone knows where I can find a blackout emblem, definitely let me know. I am very interested in purchasing one along with the bigger emblem over here. So without further ado, that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment down below if you have any questions, follow on my socials, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.